This one is for everyone who has lost someone they really, really love. I call it grief. The I love you that is never to be heard. Grief is a love that doesn't find its voice. It is the soft I love you whispered in the silence. Words that hover on your breath, but are never to be spoken aloud again. When someone dear leaves us, the ground beneath us shifts. The air that we breathe feels thicker. The colors in our lives, they dim. And time stretches in strange, slow ways that makes everything feel unfamiliar. Grief. It arrives quietly, without invitation, and carrying a profound stillness. A silence filled with thousands of unsaid words, the conversations you long to have, the stories you wished to share, the apologies you never got to say, and the I love yous that will now remain forever silent. In grief, love becomes a delicate, invisible thread, fragile yet unbreakable, that connects your heart to the one who is no longer here. You carry them inside you, in the catch of your breath when you hear their name, in the sudden ache that visits you unexpectedly, in the memories that come flooding back in the stillness of night. This love isn't loud or dramatic. It doesn't shout or demand attention. It is soft. It is steady and enduring. A gentle flame that flickers in the dark, offering a quiet warmth when everything else feels cold. Grief. It teaches us that love is not measured by presence, but by the depth of absence. It is the empty space left when the hand you love to hold is no longer there. When laughter is missed, when those three little words feel impossible to hear from anyone else but them. Sometimes grief feels like drowning, a heaviness that pulls you down, making it hard to breathe, to stand, or to move forward. And some other time, it feels like walking through a fog, unsure what is real, unsure where to place your next steps. Yet, grief is also love's language, a language of longing, of remembrance, of devotion. It whispers, I loved you so deeply that even losing you cannot silence that love. In the quiet moments, in the stillness, when the world keeps rushing by, grief is there, holding your hand and cradling your heart. It is the ache in your chest that never fully fades, the lump in your throat that rises unexpectedly, the tears that come from something that reminds you of them. Grief is not a problem to fix or a wound to close. It is a testament of the love you gave and received. A love so real, so true, it cannot be erased by time or distance. It invites you to slow down, to honor the one you've lost, and to listen closely to what your heart needs. Because grief, it teaches us that love is eternal, that it doesn't need to be returned to still be whole. Sometimes, love simply is holding space for someone who has left this world, carrying their spirit quietly with you everywhere you go. There will be days when grief feels unbearable, when the tears just won't stop, when the pain that you feel feels afresh, as if it just happened. There will be moments when the silence feels so deafening, and the I love you inside your heart feels like it might break you. And yet, there will be days when grief softens, when you remember not only the loss, but the beauty of the love that you shared. When you smile through tears, because you can still feel their presence. In the warmth of the sun, the whisper of the wind, the quiet moments of peace. Grief is not a journey that you take once and then leave behind. It is lifelong, one that changes shapes and rhythm over time, but never truly ends. It is love transformed. A love that lives on in your heart, your memories, your stories, and your everyday life. Here's something I want you to invite you to do. Think of a funny memory, a moment you shared that made you laugh, like really laugh. Maybe it was a silly joke they told, a ridiculous thing they did, a time you both got caught in the rain, a prank or a laugh so big it made your belly hurt. Can we see it clearly? Can you see it clearly? Did it bring a smile to your lips? Maybe even a laugh. If it did, stop for a moment. Stop whatever it is that you're doing right now. Take a slow, deep breath and laugh at that memory. Laugh fully. Laugh as if they're right there with you, sharing that joy once again. Because that laughter is love too. It is a living, breathing part of your connection. Something grief cannot take away. That lightness, that warmth, it still lives inside your heart. You don't have to hide it or feel guilty for it. Laughter and tears, they can live side by side in grief. Both are expressions of a love so deep, it spills over in many ways. So laugh at that memory. Let the happiness fill you, even if it's just for a moment. And know that it is okay, necessary even, to hold joy alongside sorrow. Grief, at its deepest core, is the most tender expression of love. The love that remains even when the voice is gone. And that love, quiet, endless, true, will always be with you. This is me, your soul sister, saying, I love you.